Who's the team to beat in the West?
Denver.
Denver?
Now.
It's not Memphis with John. Oh, he's not playing.
No, it's Denver. It's Denver, and depending on, because we have a small sample of Phoenix.
Real quick.
So we don't have enough.
Kevin Durant and his shoes, right? This is the second time he had a problem with his shoes. That he had the problem, not a problem, but against Milwaukee when his shoe was too big, it was a 2 instead of a 3. Now he's working out, and did you guys see the clip?
Yeah, I saw it.
Worst
Bro,
thing
I'd never seen no shit like that in
I
my
saw
life.
it.
Ever.
But see, it started with the Kobe's, the below the ankles.
Yes.
Right.
I ain't saying you got to go back to the forces.
The Chuck Taylors?
Yeah, I ain't saying you got to go back to the Patrick Ewings.
Right.
But I'm just saying you have to have something to cover your ankle up to give you some type of support.
When did basketball become track to where we wearing low tops? I've never listen.
Kobe's.
I've always been against low tops, man.
Right.
I've always been in. You look at Steph Curry. He used to have ankle problems when he first came out. Now his shoes is damn near to the top of his kneecap. Like,
I mean, that's facts though.
yeah,
that's facts though.
But that's what I'm saying. No, how much tape you put, yo.
But you got to think we're not playing prison ball anymore. So
Still though,
but
still.
I don't care what.
You don't need that proper footing to hold up the fort almost.
I don't care what time. I won't care how much. How athletic
they're very
you
light.
are.
They're very light these days.
We got mids now. You
Yeah.
can wear mids. You got to wear high tops, but at least cover the ankle.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be all the way up the calf.
Football, track, and maybe baseball, you could wear low tops. But basketball, where you're constantly jumping and you're landing on people's feet and stuff like that.
I mean, that's even suspect in the NFL because I know receivers are trying to get faster, but that's an ankle breaker too.
It is, but with football, it's more mobility because you're cutting and doing more stuff, and depending on your cleats in the field, you got more traction.
I think you stay on the ground more than you do versus basketball.
Yeah.
I got you.
So, because basketball, you're jumping for rebounds and but
this dude was going for a layup.
that was the clumsiest.
Warm up.
That was the clumsiest shit.
Like the last time I seen something like that, when you go in the gym like YMCA or something, and you see somebody that's like a klutz.
Yes.
Like, yeah, this guy right here, he's gonna hurt himself. The last time I seen,
And they got the heavy bottom on their sole.
Yes.
And I bet you just got stuck on that freshly waxed floor.
But he hasn't played in a while either, so.
But he knows how to play basketball.
His
though.
mechanics.
Yo,
Like, he probably been sitting on the couch every day.
Listen, imagine you going to the game. Like, let's say we was to be like, yo, you know what? Let's go to Phoenix. Kevin Durant's playing. We get to the game in the warm-ups.
He just got the popcorn. We sitting down. There he is.
There you go. Kevin.
Where he going?
Where he going?
He's not playing tonight.
He's done for
For
the
the next 3 weeks,
That's
which is essentially the rest of the year
the rest of the
Until
regular
playoffs.
season. Yeah.
till playoffs.
Yeah. Which is best anyway. I mean, as long as it's not a high ankle sprain, because those take longer.
Is it best?
I was about to say, because no, it's not best, because if they happen to not get chemistry because he hasn't played, I don't want to hear no excuses.
Because look,
But we already said we was going to give him a pass this year. We
Okay.
did say that.
Okay, we'll give him a pass this year, but
like Dallas, what Dallas is going through right now with those late second mishaps, it's perfect time to practice on it, to figure out, because you're going to see it different ways. But now they haven't done this at all, and you're just winging it in the playoffs where it really matters.
Well, for the little bit.
If you lose 3 games in a series like that plays more into your psyche leading into the next series and so on and so forth, as opposed to 18 games to get it out of your system.
Well, at least we were able to get a taste of what it would look like with those guys balling together instead of just imagining what would happen. So
Absolutely.
we do realize that, but you gotta get rid of them shoes, man.
yeah.
You gotta get rid of the shoes, bro.
Yeah.
It ain't working.
Quick question. Lakers. The West is so jumbled up that the Lakers won like 2 games and they went from like 13th to 9th in a matter of 2 games. But the Lakers are playing well.
2 games out of the 5th now.
Yeah, the Lakers are playing well. LeBron is out, but everybody's playing their role. They're playing good. Shout out to Vanderbilt.
Absolutely.
Vanderbilt has definitely, I don't know what his contract situation is, but moving forward, he should be on the Lakers.
He is their Trevor Ariza.
Yes.
3-and-D, young, athletic, handle the ball.
He's a dog. That Dallas game, he gets the game ball for that Dallas game.
What he had, like 28? 27. 27.
No, I don't know what he had. I just know that.
You talking about the game LeBron got hurt?
Yes, it was a 20. They was down 27 points.
He had 27.
And he single-handedly, like, dude was a menace.
Yeah.
He was a menace.
He was possessed.
He's solid.
So,
He's possessed that game.
Kid is solid.
D-Lo is back. Now, question. If the Lakers hypothetically go on a run, make it to the finals, do you still go outside of winning the championship, do they still go after Kyrie, or do you keep this team intact?
Kyrie's leaving one way or another.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody wants to see him rejoin with LeBron, which is not, to me, not a bad idea. But should we make a big story about it? Like,
no.
I mean, if he goes, just say he goes there. Okay, boom. We already know what's gonna happen with these two because they know how to play with one another.
Yeah.
Right. But
ideally,
right.
Yeah.
It's different ages now.
Yeah.
But bring him and AD's gone.
No.
What do you think about? I'm just saying. I'm just hypothetically speaking.
It depends on what else you got around him, though.
Right.
Because remember, it's the league is a lot different than when them two were dominating and they had Kevin Love was wishy-washy.
Right.
LeBron was in his he's like towards the end of his prime, but LeBron was from that 4-year stretch where LeBron was on the Cavs the second go around, single-handedly like what he did when Kyrie left.
You said towards the end of his prime?
LeBron, yeah.
How long you think a prime lasts?
We gonna do another prime thing? No.
This prime subscription.
But see, listen.
His prime was in Miami. I'm just saying his prime was in Miami.
No, listen.
Is it really?
Yeah.
LeBron, listen. LeBron has one of the longest primes of all times.
His prime was in Miami.
It was, but you're talking about a guy that's still averaging 30 in his 20th year.
What does that matter? Joel was 41 and averaged 22, 23.
We
talking about the guy. We ain't talking about the team. We talking about the guy.
Yeah, but okay,
41.
He was 41. LeBron is 39.
And then came back after the injury and was averaging 33 after that.
But the
team was
Jordan late stage of his career is not doing what LeBron is doing.
At 41.
What, an extra year or two?
I'm just saying, you go look at it. You can look at it for yourself. I'm not,
all right, see, we're not here for that.
That's how we do. Okay. I know.
That second stretch with LeBron and Kyrie were both in their prime.
Right.
Okay. It's different now. LeBron, as you can see, his effect on the game is not like how it was 10 years ago.
Right.
And to think about it, that was legit about 10 years ago.
Was that Miami?
No, not even Miami. Well, about almost 10 years ago when he went back to the Cavs for the second go around. Like 2014,
About 7 years.
About 7 years. So 7 years ago, his impact on the game was different than what it is now. Now he's putting up 30 and the team is still losing. Before, he would put up a 30-point triple-double, and it didn't matter who was around him.
Right.
So,
I think the first half of this year is skewed because if he does that on this team today, they're probably winning by a blowout margin.
You got a point.
So we got to kind of adjust what we're looking at for a second because that team was bad with Russ and all those guys around. But this team, it's what he had in Cleveland, but just younger.
Right.
Yeah.
They're probably more athletic too. There's a lot of length because they can play different type of styles now as opposed to when they had Russ and that team that had a lot of open looks. They're just not knocking them down. But now they're cashing everything out.
So a lot of guys tend to still think that get LeBron the ball and get out of the way.
Yeah.
And a lot of them don't realize that, okay, this guy's been on the court like
forever.
20 years.
Since I was in high school.
Yeah.
Right. You got to give him help.
Like D-Lo was in high school. And
that's what I'm saying.
You got to help him. He's not, Brown from Miami is not doing do the same thing or Cleveland.
Yeah.
He's not doing that with the Lakers now, year 4? with the Lakers.
This is fifth year.
Fifth year. Yeah. So it's like it does matter, especially at this point in your career, what you put around him. Somebody has to take the driver wheel. You know what I'm saying? Show from around a little bit.
It should be AD,
but both of them sitting in the back seat together.
But to his credit, AD has been hooping since Shaq made that comment where he said he fell off.
Yeah,
AD's been averaging almost 30, and they've been winning a good margin of those games. So it hit home.
But if he can it's never his ability to play. It's his ability to be on the court
and his motor.
You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes he doesn't seem engaged.
A lot of times he seems like he doesn't care.
The record-breaking night, he just didn't seem like
we just don't know what's going on in his mind at that time.
He probably think he's trying to. I don't want to get hurt.
But chill out.
Can I say something about since we're talking about the West?
Okay.
I like to elaborate on and I did this last week or the week before, whatever. Sacramento, man. It's a sleeper team.
Shout out
these guys have been balling, and we're talking on the second half of the year. Like ever since the All-Star game, they have been undefeated.
Who can Sacramento beat in the playoffs?
You know what? It's amazing because I don't know. It's just like I explained with New York and Miami. Not to say that they're going to go to the championship, but they can really break some dudes' hearts.
No. I know they're gonna beat one team. They're gonna make it to the second round. But the question is, who could they beat? I think they could beat Dallas.
Oh yeah.
If they play Dallas, they could beat Dallas.
Yeah, they might even be able to beat Memphis right now.
Well, until Ja gets back.
Right.
Anybody could beat Memphis. Yeah.
Real quick.
Anybody.
What?
Five Draymond Greens on the court could beat.
Do you realize these guys, since the All-Star break, they are ranked first in points per game, field goal percentage, and wins and losses.
Defense.
We have to see
top 5 in defense.
We have to see what they're going to do in the playoffs because this is a young squad, and for a lot of them guys, this will be like the first time going to the playoffs.
Well, Sacramento ain't smelled the playoffs since what 2000?
Yeah,
2000.
Yeah, some crazy number like that. So,
but Sacramento is the Knicks of the West.
Don't disrespect
us. But that's not.
We was in the playoffs 2 years ago.
That's actually facts, though. But
no, it's not because we was in the playoffs.
It's a young team that plays with pace.
We was in the playoffs defense. 2 years ago.
It's defense.
Don't disrespect us.
Yo, we're not gonna take away enough from that.
Brown is defense. It's a young team that plays with pace and defense.
Right.
Like I said,
and 2 stars that are late bloomers.
Oh, we can reverse the language then. Just say, the Knicks are the Sacramento Kings of the East.
We're not doing that neither. I'm not here for no.
It's the same team.
No, it's not. Anyway, we moving.
The fact of the matter is both teams are balling.
This is not Patrick Ewing's Knicks.
This ain't Chris Webber's Sacramento team.
Or Van Gundy's Knicks.
This ain't even Phil Jackson's Knicks.
Listen.
Or Riley, whoever's over there.
And I'm going to clip this up. We ain't doing that. Sacramento's the Knicks. We not doing that. I'm gonna clip that up.
That's crazy.
Real quick, Ja Morant. Thoughts on his situation? Any advice that y'all can give to Ja Morant?
Man, just get some help.
Some real help.
I mean, like seriously help. Your talent's gonna go to waste, man, and you're gonna mess around, and you're gonna be the opposite of Michael Vick in this league when he was in trouble.
Yeah,
and they're going to make an example of you. I don't, whether you want to realize it or not, they're going to make an example of you. You know what I'm saying?
Anytime you could be the face of any league, any company, it's a privilege, and of course you're gonna have the people that's gonna say, "Oh well." He can live his life. Yes, when you can live your life the way you want to, but when somebody's giving you money to be a role model and stuff like that, you got to kind of follow their rules. You can not take the $200 million. You can be this triple OG thug, or they give you $200 million and then you can play by their rules. It's simple as that. And people got to kind of understand the difference between business and not business. So
entertainment and business.
Yeah. So you take your personal feelings out of it because I see a lot of people saying that, he should be able to, okay, cool. When you take someone's money, when somebody offers you money, you take it, you can't do whatever you want to. That's just like any of us. We start getting heavy sponsors. we can't post certain things.
You
Right.
can't.
We
show
can't
up,
do
you can't
certain
show up to your
things.
That's
job
right.
however which way you want.
Yeah. So because we're representing a brand.
There you go.
So
there you go.
None of us can post derogatory or
Right.
post guns and stuff like that.
Right.
Now, we're trying to get sponsors. So if you're trying to sponsor us, but right now we're free. We're free to do whatever we want.
Right.
Now it might come with some consequences, but once we get to the point where we have sponsors and companies are trying to help build the brand, there's certain things that we're limited to.
We got to learn how to still be professionals, man.
Absolutely.
Like you said, you have other people in your back pocket, other companies that you're representing that are sponsoring you. These kids are looking up to you, man.
The league has sponsors that they got to uphold as well.
That's right.
Like, you know how
that's right.
they have those hotel.com commercials
Yes.
where they mention the players' names, but they don't actually show their faces. So those things affects their dollars as well.
Official sponsor of the NBA
Yes.
or the NFL or
And,
so
and
those
the
things affect their dollars.
right.
And the thing that troubles it troubles me as a young black male is that we glorify the dumb shit.
He made it out. You made it out.
We glorify toting guns. We glorify the nonsense.
Right.
And I hate to bring it to other, cultures and stuff like that, but they don't glorify that stuff. We're some of the only people that we make it out, and it's one thing to give back, but it's another thing to make $200 million and you're beating people up, and you're threatening security.
I'm suing.
And
I'm making $200 million. I'm suing everybody.
And you and your boys got lasers, red beams on Indiana Pay. For what? For what?
They're playing laser tag, bro.
Like, for what? People don't understand, man. You get that kind of, and I know it's not about the money, but bro, you made it out. A lot of us didn't make it out.
Right.
So you have an opportunity to change a lot of people's lives. Why mess that up?
Is it more so him needing help or him growing up?
Growing up.
I think it's both.
You really think it's both? He
think
didn't
it's
look
both.
stressed to me.
I mean,
The photo I saw.
You get blown out.
Well, that's a
by
stress
the
reliever.
top team in your conference that you say you're good in by 16, and hours later you're partying. Yeah, I don't think you stressed.
Reason why I say it's both growing up and needing help because you're being selfish.
Yeah.
You think about it. You talked about not being scared of anybody in the West, which was a team thing. Now your team is held out to dry.
Yeah.
So you won't think about them. I don't know if he has kids or not,
Yeah.
but he does have family.
Yeah, he has
So now you've embarrassed them.
Right.
Yeah.
And now you have these kids that's buying your jerseys and everybody in the stadium that's coming to see you play. I mean, gymnasium to see you play, and now you're not there. So it is a big part of growing up, but I think it's also a person that's reaching out. That's a way of reaching out, saying they may need help as well.
That's a
to
cry
grow.
for help.
Yeah,
Cry
right.
for help.
And I'm gonna say one thing, and then y'all can say y'all final thoughts. And I gotta give Shannon Sharp his credit. He said, when you think of old school gangsters, as so to say, they don't tell everybody they gangsters. Look at the mob from back in the day. They never brandished guns.
Right.
They never told everybody I'm a mobster, I'm a gangster.
Right.
They did it in silence.
Yeah.
They was trying to say, "Oh no, I'm not that."
Yeah.
People
they
just
didn't
come
want-
up floating in the river.
Yeah, they was like,
That's
"No,
how you know.
I'm not a gangster."
Right.
Because they don't. You. Here's the thing, man. You guys listen to your hippity hop and your rap, but the real gangsters move in silence.
Like lasagna.
I'm trying to have a serious moment here. And this guy.
It was right there.
My thing is just stop.
No way, it was
just,
right there.
We just need to stop portraying things that we're not.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Stop portraying those things.
Listen, money don't make you.
You know,
It
it will break you though.
It will.
But this whole Ja thing brought me back to
Like lasagna.
when we were. It brought me back when we was talking. I think it's about maybe our first couple episodes on the reboot here. When we asked, is it confidence or arrogance? And at the time, we were all saying it's good confidence if he backs it up.
I remember that.
But now it looks like arrogance because off the court, you're not doing what you're supposed to do
Right.
to be on the court. So it's arrogance that you almost feel like you're invisible. I'm going to do all of this. I'm invisible. I can do this and nobody catches me.
All right, we gonna wrap this up because we run the show at time. It's your boy T.
Hey, it's your man TJ.
And it's your boy Nam.
And we out.
All right.
Go Duke Blue Devils.
No.